on our third day of the desert, crossing the French line. Had our first night in Tallahassee, another night just on the side of the track. Last night had a good fire. We met up with a guy riding the bike, young Simon, and he's joined our little pack because his support guy broke a chassis in his Land Rover, and he's limped that back, heading back to Alice Springs. So I've got all Simon's camping gear and spare fuel in the back of my car. And I'm going to carry that back to Birdsville for him, and from then on he's going to somehow strap it to his bike. I don't know how he's going to do that, but anyway. And he'll continue on. But at the moment I believe we're about 45-50 k's from Popple Corner. So we're going to go there and for lunch.
Eve, don't go the way I went, it's too soft. Go to the left track. Thanks. Sorry, say again? That was in the last second for us to choose. Thanks anyway.
Yeah, we have in front here in the white Land Cruiser is a couple from Switzerland, Yves and Susan, and they've been travelling around Australia for about 18 months, I believe. They've seen way more of Australia than I've seen, which is we're just coming into the area where you got a few the salt lakes. Like I said last year when we came through here, it's like snow on the desert. This is young Simon, he's just stopped for a regroup. He's got 2A, but we don't want him riding out of want to sort of at least keep him in relatively close proximity to us so that he doesn't get too far ahead. But he goes a lot faster than us, obviously, on his little KLR. He's come off about 3 times yesterday, he said, but didn't get injured at any stage. He's not going too fast anyway, so it's good. Having a second run. Second load. As the sand warms up during the day, the tops get a little bit softer and can be a little more problematic. Well, we've all just been to Popple Corner, which is where Queensland, South Australia and the Northern Territory all meet. Now, it's a little bit early to set up camp, so we all decided we would continue on for an hour or two. Only 2:30 Queensland time now, so we figured we'll go for another couple of hours. Maybe get up around to Air Creek with a bit of luck, but not sure if we'll get that far. Yeah, I think it's a U-shaped lake. It goes right around. That's a big salt lake. That's not something you'll see every day. Driving along a salt lake like that. This is Lake Popple.
Green budgies everywhere, over.
Beautiful, aren't they?
No doubt about it. So if the track stays like this, I'll be ready.
Yes, I can do with those shutter bars.
Well, we're actually in the Northern Territory part of the Simpson Desert just at the moment. We've got to go through a very small part of the Northern Territory before we then cross into Queensland again. Look at the lovely reds in those dunes. Just gorgeous. There's some flowers out and looks really nice. We spent our third night in the desert, probably about 30, 40, oh no, it was probably more than 60 kilometres east of Popple Corner last night. Had another good fire. We've just started heading east into Birdsville. We've only got about 80 kilometres to go to Birdsville, I think, something like that. And the first dune we've come to, it's stopped. Even Susan, he's just having his second go now. And he's made it. It's interesting, the further you come east, along the desert here, the dunes get further and further apart, but they get steeper, and the country starts to open up. And it's interesting how up at this end of the desert it gets like a grassy coverage to it that you don't have on the western end. Just amazing little wildflowers that are out. When I say wildflowers, they're probably weeds, but they have a nice little flower on them. Look at this side here.
I would know it was to bite me.
I think this next dune up ahead is what's called Nemesis, which is the last one before you get to Big Red. And as I said earlier on at the start of the trip across the desert, at the western end of the desert the dunes are lower and a lot closer together. As you can see here, there's the last dune I came over, and you got these long stretches in between them, so they get much further apart but much taller. When I say tall, they're not that tall. I think even Big Red's only, they think 40-45 metres. But it's an interesting phenomenon that they get taller and further apart as you head east. So many flowers out here, even though they haven't really had much in the way of rain out this way. You're gonna get filled with sand there.
Yeah, I know.
Now, Eve, you sure you don't want that beer? Ah, you lost his thong.
Hey, blow the phone.
Yeah. You're standing there and going, that's not the place to be. Hey!